Mies van der Rohe was a German-American architect born in Aachen, Germany to a stonemason father under whom he trained. He is considered one of the pioneering masters of modernism who paved the way for a new radical style of architecture, influencing the way our built environment looks for decades to come. For example, he is associated with the International style, which made use of modern materials such as plate glass, industrial steel, and reinforced concrete. He is recognized for his clean and simple lines in his designs, which is reflected with his famous quotes, "Less is more, and God is in the detail." He referred to his architectural style as skin and bones architecture, as he strove towards providing buildings with minimal frameworks and having free-flowing spaces in the interior circulation of his design. The skeletal frames in his buildings were crucial to allow freedom in organizing spaces. This was in order to achieve its effortless fluidity of the transition between the interior and exterior spaces. In September 1928, Fritz and Greta Tugendhat, a wealthy Jewish couple who made their fortune with their large textile companies, invited Mies to Czechoslovakia to view their plot of land in the wealthy neighborhood of Brno. The land was given to Fritz as a wedding present from Greta's parents, where they planned to commission a project for a family house. Mies was impressed with the exclusive plot of land, which provided a marvelous view of the historical panorama of Brno, and agreed to design the house for them. Thus, in 1929, construction commenced, and 14 months later, in the winter of 1930, the family moved into their new home, the Villa Tugendhat. The Villa Tugendhat has been said to be decades before its time, as the structure consists of a German steel skeleton, reinforced concrete ceilings, and brick masonry. The subtle supporting columns of a cross-shaped profile are anchored in concrete bases and partially lead through the masonry and partially through the spaces of all the floors. The villa is situated on a sloped terrain and faces to the southwest. A huge supporting concrete wall at the side of the street level supports the villa, thereby creating an expansion between the high edge of the terrain and the actual structure. The most prominent feature of the flowing living area was the grand sitting arrangement in front of the onyx wall and the dining area defined by the half-cylinder from Macassar ebony. The interior could be connected up with the garden through suspension of the two large window panes. The office with the library and the adjoining winter garden was behind the onyx wall. The architect also dictated the appearance of the interiors, such as designing the Tugendhat chair and the Brno chair. Behind the ebony curved wall was a seating area next to a wall from milk glass which could be lit up. The interior has been interpreted as a flowing space in which the flow is gently channeled by the lines of the onyx and the Macassar inner wall, in harmony with the regular rhythm of the supporting columns and carefully placed furniture. Mies had utilized an open plan in the design, which removed the four walls defining the rooms, allowing for the emergence of a continuous space with a connection to the exterior of the structure. In fact, art historians view the loose and the open space of the house as similar to the architecture of the Middle Ages and the Baroque. The columns on the terraces have brass cladding, and the columns in the main living area have brass chromium plating with a bright luster. All of the window frames and a number of the doors are made from steel. The two large windows opposite the onyx wall and the dining area could be retracted by electric motors all the way to the floor, which was incredibly innovative for its time. The onyx wall is a truly remarkable decorative and at the same time functional stone element in the interior of the villa, dictating the flow of the visitors. Exclusive exotic woods were also used for the house furnishing, like for the library shelf and the dining table. The Italian almost white travertine ranks among the original stone elements. This was employed in the interiors on, for example, the floors of the entrance hall and the staircases, and in the exterior of the parapet and the bases of the upper terrace.